Hey, welcome back, guys. It's Nopi Radio. It's that damn morning show in the morning. I'm Izzy.
I'm Shaylin.
This is Drift Daddy.
This is Michelle.
It's Girly Girl Michelle. And we're over here talking about the Puppy Bowl. And it's going down Sunday, guys. It's the Puppy Bowl. You fuckers don't seem excited.
Well.
Really? Well?
I'll just be honest. I don't really know what it is.
Of course you don't know what the Puppy Bowl is. Man.
It definitely sounds like Derek is not going to be watching the Puppy Bowl.
I bet Kelly, she'll have her Puppy Bowl shirt on. Mm-hmm. Derek will be out in the garage stepping on cats. And
Derek's going to see her and be like, okay, so we're watching the Puppy Bowl. And she's going to go, we're watching the what?
Yeah, she probably don't know what the Puppy Bowl is. But I'm going to explain what the Puppy Bowl is. The Puppy Bowl is pretty damn badass. It's these puppies, and you can adopt them, okay? They throw a dog toy out in the middle of the field, and the puppies got little jerseys on, and whichever one goes either way scores a point, okay? And the more points they score, the more charitable points are given out, because it's all for charity. And there's a kitty cat halftime show. You guys don't seem so enthused.
I've watched like 10 minutes of it in the past, and I just could not get into it.
Man. Okay, moving on.
Watching puppies and jerseys carry toys around, it's not a woohoo for me.
But it's the Puppy Bowl. Shit. At least there's people in the chat that agree with me.
I mean, it's cute, because all puppies are cute, but yeah, I just don't see the point in it.
Okay, so moving on, after the Puppy Bowl, then it starts the real deal, the Super Bowl show. And Cricket's in here again.
Well, I think we should do a poll, like from now until right before the game, to see...
Who gives a shit about the Super Bowl?
No, who's going to vote for which team to win? You know?
Does anybody got a odds favorite that they would like to see win?
Who's playing?
Kansas City and the 49ers. I mean, Kansas City, I think, won last year. But
we have to look that up. I don't know.
I would like to, I mean, personally, I would probably go for the Chiefs. It has nothing to do with Taylor Swift before you say something. I just think Chiefs are a good team.
Well, Usher's doing the halftime show. My big question is, name one food that you're going to eat during the Super Bowl. Go ahead, Shaylin.
Ooh, I don't know. I might make some buffalo cheese or chicken dip. That sounds good.
That sounds good.
I like buffalo chicken dip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or some little Smokies. Or some cheese and salsa dip.
Yeah, I was thinking about nachos or something.
Nachos.
Yeah.
Nachos sound good. Speaking of that, I've got some of that bean dip stuff that I got. It's probably bad in the fridge.
Probably.
Yep. God damn, I suck.
You do.
Man.
He buys stuff all the time because he's always hungry when he goes to the store. Oh, that looks good. And then gets to the fridge and then he totally forgets about it. So guess what? I'm throwing it out.
Hey, but think about this. I do have nacho chips.
You do? Mm-hmm.
And I bet we have cheese. And we got ground beef. Yeah, we're set, man. We're good. What are you going to have there, Derek?
I tell you what, now I'm thinking about it, I'm craving hot wings, so I'm going to make sure I've got wings.
Yep, got to have some hot wings, man. That's good tailgate food for the Super Bowl.
I always made that for my son because he always liked hot wings, and he always liked my hot wings, so I made that every year.
You make good hot wings. I'm not big on eating chicken on the bone, but she's got some good hot wings, that's for sure. So, you fuckers, what else we got going on? There was a earthquake or something going on in Florida.
Wisconsin.
What? No, that wasn't. The earthquake was in Florida.
Oh, yes.
Does anybody know anything about this earthquake?
Well, I can look it up real quick. I know Leslie said something about it earlier this morning, but she's out running.
Yeah, she's out getting donuts, I think. Was it donuts? We sent her to go do something. I think maybe I sent her to get me a pack of Newports.
We sent her out for a lot of time.
We sent her out and she volunteers and she goes, I will be back when you guys do the opening. Lady, we've been past the opening, but she'll be back, guys.
Yeah, she'll be back.
Let's see. It looks like it was a 4.0 magnitude earthquake recorded about 100 miles off Florida coast in the ocean.
Oh, it was in the ocean.
Huh.
They don't get a lot of earthquakes down there, do they?
Mm-mm.
Huh. Fucking.
No, it's not something I commonly hear about.
Yeah, the world's coming to an end, guys. Shit. But Missouri's been having a bunch of earthquakes.
Illinois has too.
Yeah.
I
Shit's
remember waking up one morning when I lived in Carlinville and my whole bed was shaking.
Yep.
And I was like, what the hell?
I remember that because it come through and it sounded like, I know this sounds weird, but you ever see those power lines and you hear,
Mm-hmm.
well, that's what it sounded like, and the whole bed started shaking and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I just reached over and curled up and like, you'll be safe, baby. Need to know there was shit falling off the walls and all kinds of shit. So, you ever been in an earthquake there, Derek?
One time, and I'll never forget it because I think that's the scariest I've ever been in my life. The problem with this is the night before I had watched the movie The Ring.
No, this story ought to get good here. Go on, Derek. So what happened?
I lived at the time in a 130-year-old house, and some weird things has happened in this house from time to time. So we watched that movie, and then we go to bed. My bedroom's upstairs, and eventually go to sleep, and the earthquake wakes me up. Well,
He
my
thought it
bed's
was the
shaking
movie.
there. My bed's shaking, and all I'm thinking about is, what was her name out of The Ring? I'm trying to remember her name. First thing that comes to mind is, oh my God, she's in the house. And I went to step out of the bed. Well, I had a glass of water there, and it had tipped over. So when I stepped out of the bed, I stepped on water. So I really thought she was in there then.
It wasn't water. He pissed himself. He didn't have no daddy diapers.
Oh golly, she's coming to get me, and she pissed herself.
Man, and she stole my pocket chicken. Poor
Well,
Derek.
what? You remember, when she comes out of the TV and everything else, she's always dripping wet. So when I stepped on that water, I thought for sure this is it. I'm dead. It's over.
How old were you?
I was probably about 15, something like that.
Oh, wow. Does Kelly know the story?
Yeah, I've told her.
Man. Yeah, I can't watch any of those like Ghost Adventure Cruise or anything. Shit gives me nightmares, man. I can't do it. I wake up choking somebody or something. I don't know. Man, so what else is fucking popping? It's Mardi Gras, guys. You got to get your Mardi Gras beads. Shaylin,
Yeah,
you,
it's about time to get the party on.
yeah, you flashing tits for beads?
What's the
I always
color?
come home with a lot of beads.
Oh, I remember coming home with lots of beads. What about you, Michelle? You flashing for beads?
Not this year.
Not
I
this
think
year.
I'm going to pass this year.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
But-
I don't need no more beads.
Yeah, but in previous years, you had a hell of a collection.
Well, you got to do what you got to do to get some beads.
Yeah, well, you know. Hey, that's how the game is played. You flash, you get beads. So, we've covered half nakedness running around. We got Birdman coming up next.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you guys got interesting questions for the Birdman?
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to that.
I know someone's going to ask him, how much money have you really won on the street? So let's go around the room here. Shaylin, how much money you think Birdman's legitimately won on the street?
Oh, 500,000-600,000.
Yeah, I would agree with
yeah,
that.
that's what I would say too.
Well, what do you think, Derek?
Well, I read something from an article where he said that after he hit the 100 grand mark, he kind of quit counting. So I have no idea. I wonder if he really knows.
Yeah, I mean, the guy has won. I mean, I read an article where it said he won like 1.2 million over his lifetime. So,
Whoa.
I mean, that's a lot of fucking money. So, I'm sure it's out there somewhere. I mean,
Well, and you hear from all the racers of the ones we've interviewed this week that, I mean, they have to go out there and they have to work really hard because it costs a lot of
Well,
money.
MPK is like 20 grand, you know, a weekend.
Yeah.
You got your fuel, you got to bring your crew, you got the car, the maintenance. It's 20 to 30 grand an event.
Mm-hmm. So
you got to sell $60,000 in T-shirts and stuff. And the other thing is you got to win. So, because if you're winning, everybody wants your shit.
Mm-hmm.
If you're losing, nobody wants anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
just
great.
that's just how it works. You know, you're gonna
So
go up.
Derek, win. Every day time is where you get on the track. Make sure you're in that mirror going win.
Yeah, we gotta sell some Nopi gear, man. Come on, man.
If you ain't first, you last.
That ain't no shit. Speaking of that, we're gonna be down there at Battle in Bama. That's coming up in just a few months.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be a good time. We're gonna see if we can take that Nopi car around the track.
That'd be fun. I got to drive it around the Nashville Super Speedway one time, and of course, you know, we were kind of limited on how fast we could go. I think it was 70 miles an hour, but it was fun to do that.
So you were going 70, not 10.
Right.
I'm getting ready, guys. I'm getting ready. They're gonna drop that flag. I'm gonna drop the hammer. That was a good scene in Days of Thunder. I'm dropping a hammer. No, you're not. I'm dropping it. And he certainly
So
did.
have you
drop
heard about the remake possibilities of that, or the second one coming out?
it. Well, and that's the thing, because some of it is filmed, and I was also told by some sources it's done. It was filmed during COVID.
A lot of things have
Right.
been filmed during
I've
COVID.
heard that it's done.
Yeah, so what the fuck is going on with this movie? We want to see. We waited forever for the new Top Gun to come out, and which is badass, by the way.
Yeah.
Is
Do
everybody?
you think the second Days of Thunder is going to compete, though?
I do, because from my sources, he's not the driver; he's the crew chief.
Right.
So, if that storyboard is true, I think it'd be a hell of a movie. So,
I hope it is. I hope the rumors are true, and because that would be. I love Days of Thunder. It's going to be hard to compete with that, especially that 90s era of NASCAR racing.
yeah,
I
because
just love-
NASCAR's changed so much. You got the cars of the future. They're kind of, they are what they are, you know.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the cars during that era were so much better.
Oh yeah, you know, and they were flashy.
I mean, even if you look at the paint schemes then versus now.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying. I mean, they were more flashier back then. I mean, shit. I think back then, cigarette companies could still advertise, couldn't they?
Yeah, cigarette and beer companies.
Yeah. Now,
It was just more fun back then. There was I don't remember what track it was at, but a fan stole the pace car and did like 10 laps before they barricaded him in.
yeah, that's
I
pretty
remember-
cool.
I think it was a Red Firebird, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the track. I want to say it was Talladega, but I don't remember.
Yeah, and it's crazy. You know, I don't really keep up with, you know, circle track racing, but I do know that story. I mean, when something big happens, I think everybody knows. But yeah, some redneck fans like, I'm gonna go out there and show them how it's done.
Here, Billy, hold my beer.
Then you know that happened. It's just like, excuse me, guys. It's just like these guys that run out on the football field butt naked and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm Bat Dad. So, bless their
It
hearts.
just doesn't seem like NASCAR has the same pizzazz about it as it did back then. Even the drivers don't act like they did back then. Like, they would talk shit, but now it's all drama.
Well, you know, and the thing is, everybody gets their feelings hurt. You know, it's like so sensitive. You know, man, come on, fucking be a man. Call the guy a
Yeah.
fucking pussy. You know.
Yeah, do your interview where we don't know what you're doing with your hands.
It just seems like
They watch
no
too much
more-
wrestling. Or RuPaul's drag show. I don't know.
Ricky Bobby, what do I do with my hands?
Yeah.
It just seems like there's no more heroes out there in it that had those hard coming up stories. Where you're just like, man, how did this guy do this? I don't know. It kind of seems like now it's just a bunch of people that all they ever did was drive a car, and it's like who's got the most money instead of the most talent.
Well, speaking of talent, we got a very talented street racer coming onto the show. Street Outlaws, Birdman, James Finney. He's going to be up next right after this break, guys.